We're going to keep leading. We're going to keep innovating. We're going to keep having great partnerships with companies like Transamerica. We're going to keep doing every single thing we can to be the indispensable partner for the carriers at which we work with. We're going to defend them, and likewise, they're going to defend us. And that is something that you can't buy it, right? You can't do anything other than earn it. Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. Well, Steve, I'm stoked to have you on here. I will tell this story right now, that the first app I ever wrote. So I got started in 2017 with Andrew, dibbled around for 6 months, just trying to figure out what to do. I had another business I was running and needed to make decisions to let it go. And I made the decision in December and then went full on in January of 2018. Well, the first app I ever wrote in the history of my business, of my career in life insurance sales, was a Transamerica application. And I've had a warm spot in my heart for Trans forever. Now full circle moment to come and to see you guys now continually investing in the company. The great conversation we had yesterday, which I hope you elaborate more on. It's your brand name is synonymous with insurance. It's synonymous with quality. I've got agents that are just getting started out, and they've got some other companies they're coming from, and they're like, I can't get this carrier, that carrier right now. It's locked up over there. But if you could just please, Grady, do anything you can to get me Trans. And I'm like, you got it, man. So it's like a goosebump moment, bro. But I'm so excited for this call and our relationship. And Steve Weber's been great, and it's awesome to get to meet you and introduce you to the whole team. So
how awful was the application process back then? Right, it was a paper app. You went into the house. You took a paper app as a waterfall app. You'd hope you'd make it through. It was still getting standard, right? Then you have to mail it in to us, or scan it in, or fax it in. Right, and then you'd wait 2 weeks to hear back. It's a whole different process now. COVID was the best thing to ever happen to the industry. It forced our hand to move forward. Right now, I think we have one of the best application processes out there for final expense, and one of the best signature processes. So I'm super excited to share all that stuff with you. We have so much stuff right now. We're building out everything for Family First Life right now. We are building all our products to be focused on you guys to do what you need to do to help increase sales. I mean, you're going to see this product coming out today, or it's already out, right? Our final expense. We're going to keep improving it. Next up is our IUL Express, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And then our Term Express. They're all going to be on the same platform. They're all going to have that mid-app decision that you love, where you get approval right away before payment for beneficiaries. And there's no amendments anymore, right? We're not Trans Amendment anymore. We're back to Transamerica again.
I like that, brother. That's all we want to hear, right? Agents want to take care of clients. They want to get them approved within the guidelines, right? That's always the problem, is like, well, the client doesn't take this or this, but somehow you see this, and how do I call Milliman and Telescript? And I'm like, just pivot and try. We're just too many things. But if we can have in-app decisions, I mean, it's beautiful, bro. So I got to ask though, and please, on top of this question, give us a micro backstory, like how long you've been with Trans, history, et cetera. I want people to know you.
Yeah, for sure.
But where are you right now? Are you at a GameStop, or like, are you do you own a bar? Like where are you?
I built a new garage in the back of my lot. I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I built a garage.
Awesome.
The old one, my house is tiny. So I took the old one, turned it into my office. I got a nice AC heat unit in the back, so it stays super warm in here in the winter and super cold in the summer. But yeah, I got my little arcade back here. I wish I had more time to play them. I have a Golden Tee next to me, which is probably my favorite game. It's off camera. It gets played, as much as I can, right? But
yeah,
the arcades don't get turned on much anymore, right? It's I wish they did.
Fun. So how long?
I got a for one too. I sold The Simpsons recently. I got to get another one. So,
so how long have you been with Trans?
I started with Transamerica in 2007. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm a lifer here. I'll die at Transamerica.
Awesome.
I know where all the bodies are buried. I know how to get stuff done here. So when people have issues, call me. I'll put my phone number up on screen later. reach out. I'm the guy that gets stuff done at Transamerica.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, I love it. Well, please, I know you got stuff you want to cover, and I'm excited to make comic relief throughout the process, but this is the show, brother. I'm excited for it. Everybody do it one more time. Light it up with a couple TAs. Show Steve some love. Been with Trans for 17 years, and he's going to do all he can to help you move through, navigate, and make some money with Transamerica. So
I'm trying to find how to share my screen here.
Thank you, Nancy. What's up, Mo?
Can you see the Transamerica FE Express solution page?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So the first thing, I'm the guy to call. Don't call anybody else. I'm your contact here. 720-614-3000. Please write down my number, call, text, whatever you got to do. And then email. If it's something, if there's a policy number in it or something like that, please email it. My company's getting more and more specific about, client protection and policy protection, stuff like that. So email is always easiest, steve.bouslog@transamerica.com. But definitely reach out when you have issues. I know it's frustrating to call these back offices, right? And sometimes it's tough to find good help. I think we're improving every day with our back office, but there's some issues that just need to come to me, right? So let's kind of hop into this, right? What we're here to talk about today, and the reason I'm on is text to pen, right? Originally it wasn't going to be a real text to pen. Weber and I fought super hard to get you guys the text to pen that works right and that's exactly what you need. So, how to get to this application. Before, if you've written our old Transamerica product, Immediate Solutions, that's on iGo. We're moving all our new stuff to secure.transamerica.com. Right, and when you go there, you'll click on FE Express. Don't click on iGo eApp. Don't go directly to iGo for this product. It's secure.transamerica.com and then FE Express. And once you get in there, you'll put in the client's information. It's really, really fast. This is probably one of the fastest applications there is. And then you go the signature process, right? So you select text message here. Pretty easy. Make sure, I've had a couple people not put yes to accept the terms and conditions or hit agree. And if you don't do those, it's going to email the signature process still. So make sure you do the text message and you put yes and you agree to it. Then you send it off. The client will receive this code. It's always going to come from a 469 area code. So you can be like, hey, Miss Client, you're about to receive a text from 469. It'll have that great PIN code for you. And you'll see the PIN code's right in the middle here on the first message they receive. Now they don't have to give you the message, the text code right away. They can click and view all the documents if they want to, right? And that will be the second text they get. They do not have to review the documents. That is optional. If they want to review the documents, they got to put their date of birth and last four social in, and then they can click all these. I know this just causes a ton of confusion sometimes. You'll see the PIN codes also at the bottom of this if they do decide to view their documents. But again, they don't have to open these if they don't want to.
Awesome.
Yeah. So then this is your point of view. This is where you're going to see it. If the client didn't receive the link, you can resend it. And then you'll check off this box here. You're supposed to read this script as well too. Enter the PIN code, and you have your decision, right? I guess you have to sign as the agent. Then you have your decision. It's that easy. One cool feature about our product, in the middle of the app, after you get the decision, let's say you apply for $10,000 and you get approved. It will approve you for up to $50,000, right? And so it'll say, congratulations, you're approved for 50. At that point, you can customize, tailor the coverage, right? If your client wants to go up to, from 10 to 15, awesome. If they want to go down, they can do that too. But they can kind of pick and choose their coverage after that point. So then you put in payment information, beneficiaries, and you get your next text PIN. They'll come from the exact same number, right? It'll just add to that text thread there that the client gets from that same 469, and they can review their documents again if they want to. Most, again, we don't think they will. You read the script, you click the button there, you enter in the code, and you are good to go. Easy, right?
It's too easy. It's uncomfortably easy. Like why are we not selling $13 million a month of just trans? Like, because that's
which by the way is nuts. That's a crazy number. I was going to say that at the beginning. You're killing it, and you're already at 5 million for the first weekend.
Crazy.
That's huge. I'm excited. So, we just had a record submit day today. 2 minutes before this call started, I got an email with our submits for yesterday. It was double what we usually have for submits.
That's awesome. Good job, everybody.
And that's all you guys. So I mean, you're crushing it right now. The word is out that this application is going well and going quick, and the pin's easy to do. One thing that we have that I don't think anyone else has this, correct me if I'm wrong, but right after you press submit on the policy, it's going to give you this option to download the policy promise. And if you click it, it looks like this. And it has the policy number, it has the client's name, it has the agent's name, it has the draft date, all this stuff on here. And you can print it out, you can put it in a letter with your business card, a little thank you note, and mail it to the client, because their policy is not going to be received, it's not going to print out until they make that first payment. So this just it's called the policy promise. It helps them kind of feel good about it and know that they did actually buy something, right? And it just helps keep policies on the books for their first draft. So I highly recommend putting this into your routine, whether it be you email this to your client or print it out and mail it to your client with a thank you letter and your business card. I mean, this helps keep policies on the books until they receive their real policy.
Awesome.
Does anyone else have this, or are we the only ones?
I mean, you could screenshot like the back page of something all kind of janky, but nothing professional, like Trans would professionally make it.
Love it. All right. So, you mentioned our underwriting earlier. This is my favorite slide. This is a slide everyone should take a picture of with their phone. Our old underwriting, these changed a couple months ago. Word has kind of been getting out slowly about this new stuff. Some of these are insane, right? COPD and stroke went from graded to select. Diabetes and stroke went from graded to select. CHF and diabetes went from graded to select day one coverage. The second round isn't awesome. The bottom of this is CHF, diabetes, coronary artery disease was a decline. Now it's select day one coverage. COPD, CHF, coronary artery disease, decline. Now it's day one coverage. Please take a picture of this. This is why people love us right now, and this is why people are going to us first, because we are approving people day one coverage. All right, we also have well, let me back up here. It's not all like sunshine and rainbows. So,
okay.
We're still working out some issues. It's still a new product. Our tech team's still building stuff out. We're not approving everybody, right? But there are a couple places where we have some issues. The first one is changing of draft dates. Right now, you can't change the draft date. In the free look period, you can cancel the policy and rewrite it. We're fixing that. That should go live sometime next month. So that's my number one issue with the product right now is the inability to change draft dates. But that should be good in September sometime, I believe before the 22nd. Second, you have to have the same owner as insured as payer, right? What that means is you can't have a grandparent buying it on their grandkid. You can't have a husband buying it on their spouse, anything like that. That will be changing before November. So we're already working on the build out for that. Those are the two main downsides. We also have a few validation issues, failure to validate the phone number. We're working on those right now. It's not happening as much as it was week one, but we're still getting a few here and there. Questions on those at all?
No, I think that this is something we're learning. The more flexibility you have in a policy, oftentimes agents just kind of screw it up more because there's more questions for them to navigate. So, I mean, even as you're doing those things, I think the maturity of a lot of these carriers, they're giving like subliminal education within the app. Like this would be only if it's X, Y, and Z versus, iPipeline is so just archaic. Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's just good for them for making a product and they capitalized on a majority of the business 10, 15 years ago. But the lack of improvement is just it's beyond frustrating. And so I love when, we've got Americo, they've got their own independent app. You guys have bit the bullet, invested in your own tech that you run. And I'm sure there's some guy or group of guys and gals that cost a few $100,000 a year to keep employed, to keep all this working. And then all the actuaries and underwriters feeding, there's so much that goes into investing in it. But when you own it, you're in complete and full control. And so, on top of that, to improve all of your comorbidities just shows that you want more business, right? Like, guys, all this message is this sign says, give us more business.
Yeah.
Give us more business. Who do you got? Diabetes, renal failure. We'll take them graded. They used to be decline almost everywhere else. At least they're graded. But now COPD select is standard, correct? So it's just two levels.
Correct. Yep, exactly.
I mean, that used to be graded forever on the paper apps that I would have with Trans. So to see the evolution. Now, will you talk? I mean, this stuff. And I always love to give agents some insight. Are you seeing people living longer with these ailments? Are you doing a med check and you're seeing, all right, this person with COPD is on an inhaler. Now, granted, if they've had 4 inhalers and 3 hospital visits, then they're in a different category. Yes, I know as society, crime is down and people are living longer, right? That's just, I think that's society. And then the beauty of insurance companies is you guys are just really good about, and it's basically health math, and then feeding it into what's the likelihood that we do have to pay this policy out. And if we can keep that as low as possible for longer, meaning the client's going to live longer, right? We don't want them to die and we don't want to pay it out, but we will pay it out if they die. That's the contract. But so will you dig into that a little bit? I love educating agents on this. I also love to be educated, especially from a carrier standpoint.
Yeah. So it used to be that the data we had wasn't awesome, right? Back in the paper app days, you'd send it in and we'd run like an MIB and maybe a few other things. Now we have Milliman, and you talked about Milliman earlier on your call. Milliman has the best data out there, and all the where we get most of our information, right, is prescription and medical billing records. So we're pulling these medical billing records, and they're so improved now that we can see exactly what the client has from those records. And it just allows us to tweak the products and kind of, COPD, it used to be we wouldn't know how severe it is. Now we know exactly how severe it is. And we know if they have these additional conditions with it or, whatever, if they're on oxygen with it, we know we can't take it. So I think the data is just that much better than it used to be. And the data that Transamerica is pulling it was our downfall at first. Right, when we first came out with this product, our data was too good. I think we were declining too many people. And so we relaxed these underwriting requirements a little bit, and now we're taking way more, and it's catching fire right now. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, well, good to know, guys. Prescription. I mean, so thus is why your job is to push your client for the truth. What are you currently taking? What have you recently taken? And what have you been prescribed that you maybe even chose not to take, but you were still prescribed, it was sent to CVS?
Yep.
Right? What is that, Mary? How many times have you been to the doctor? What doctors are you going to? Any other doctors? Right? Your job is to push, because otherwise you're just wasting your time. And yes, we want to serve the clients, but you also have to serve yourself. And you being all limp-wristed about it, and guy 67 with an oxygen tank, and then texting me, why isn't he getting approved for an IUL? I'm like, come on, man. You're not using underwriting genies, you're not using Life Center, you're not using the tools afforded to you. Go to the carrier page on FFL America, dig into the underwriting guidelines. But this is how you learn. But it's also even more your job to challenge the client. And a weak approach towards your clients is going to create weak trust between you and your clients. When you're an authoritative figure who's challenging them and asking them direct and appropriate questions and then pressing them on it and pressing them again, it shows you truly care and that you're also a professional, right? That's the difference, right? Then they go, well, I did have this one thing. All right, tell me about it. What is it? I'm on your side, Barry. We're going to work together to go towards the insurance carriers and get you approved. But I can't work with you if you don't tell me the truth. And you just tell me, oh, I'm fine. Do you smoke? No. He was a smoker for 30 years. He doesn't smoke now. He quit last week. Been on Chantix 7 times. You're like, okay, well, now you're just going to pop up. You're a smoker. So appreciate you sharing, but also agents, you're not going to lose a client by being too direct And if you do, they weren't going to probably go with you to begin with. They're going to respect you by asking them, now tell me about your health. This is the most important thing you're honest with me about, so that I can go on your behalf and go find out what the best product is to get you approved.
Love it. We're running a contest right now. So we're giving out $1,000 a week just randomly for FE Express. So this week's winner was a guy I've never heard of. He's a brand new agent. He wrote his first FE Express policy last week, and he just happened to win. So
who is he?
His name is. Oh, now I gotta find it.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't want to shout him out.
Yeah, I don't think he's not on your team. So
that's okay. I love them all. Yeah. Love it. So what is the qualifications? Write one app and you're in?
Write one app, and I mean, obviously, if you write more apps, you get more chances to win every week.
Okay.
But yeah, it's $1,000 a week, and then at the end in November, it runs through October 31st. So every week we're giving away $1,000, and then at the end of it, we're going to give away up to $2,000 to the top 10.
Love it. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we're also sending out swag to the top 5 every week. So we're gonna have a bunch of guys just dressed in Transamerica.
I need to get sold. I like swag, man. I'm Mexican, so I like swag. What do I need to get some swag?
I'm gonna send you some swag.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna get you out there. Yeah.
What else you got, Steve? This has been a great call so far. We got improved comorbidities. We got all kinds of stuff. All right, we got
Cabo.
Scott.
So next year, I know you guys are going to Puerto Rico, right? Correct. Why not qualify for 2 trips at once? Next year, our trip is Cabo. To qualify for our trip, it's $100,000 in production. So I know all of you can do that. But yeah, qualify for 2 trips at once, qualify for Cabo and your internal Puerto Rico trip. Carrier trips are awesome, right? We treat you really well. We do a ton of fun stuff. And the Montage in Cabo is one of the nicest hotels there is.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Incredible property. So that's about it for my slides. What's next for Transamerica, though, is really what I want to talk about. How do I cancel this? Stop sharing. There we go. What's next is really cool, right? So the IUL is coming out. I'll add to the
great term in IULs already. What is the significance of this one?
Yes, great question. So our new IUL, it's a lot of these instant decision IULs are kind of they're not based on the traditional IUL chassis, right? Ours is based on our FFIUL that's currently out there. That's been the #1 selling IUL for
ever.
It's forever.
20 years. Yeah.
I think it's been 9 consecutive quarters or something like that. It's been a long time, right? So it's based on our FFIUL. It's not any crazy, it's not any extra high charges or anything like that. And it will approve everyone from who would qualify between Preferred Elite and Table 2. So it'll take things like diabetes and a couple things like that, but they get approved at preferred rates. So if you get approved, what we're taking from Preferred Elite down to Table 2, we're approving you at preferred rates. It's going to have really nice targets, which means you get paid well. It's going to compete really well. You'll be able to do a max fund, a minimum fund, a target fund. You can fully customize it. The comp's going to be really great on it. So I think you're going to love it. And there's no amendments. There's no going back to the clients. The illustration populates in the application. So it's wow. You guys are going to kill it with it.
Preferred Elite was a rating class. I've been just happy with Preferred or Preferred Plus. Preferred Elite.
Preferred Elite's the top class you can get with our current product.
I gotta lose some weight, or I can get on that Preferred Elite program. That's fantastic. So, okay.
Last year I dropped from Preferred Plus down to Preferred. My height to weight got a little worse.
We're gonna ride that bike. I'm come visit you in Denver. Okay, so you're banding or bucketing everybody from Preferred Elite to Table 2 and giving them all a preferred price.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the other thing is, this isn't going to be available for the pilot or at launch, but it'll come like a month after. I think we're thinking November. We're going to be able to do juveniles up to $250K instant decision.
Bro,
so
that's huge.
Only carrier with an IUL doing juveniles, and so you can have a policy that builds a lot of cash value for kids. It'll be great.
That's huge. Up to $250K. That's huge and fast and easy and simple. And what? Okay, so give us some more stats. September 9th, next batch. So limits,
0 to 17, again, will be 250K. That's coming after launch.
Okay.
18 to 60 will be 500K.
Okay.
And then 61 to 70 is 300K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be
solid.
called, what's it called?
It's the IUL Express.
You're just taking it. Like, we're trans. We're not going to put some fancy name like, Elite Protector or something else. You're, safe protect. You're IUL Express.
I mean, our final expense is FE Express, right? Then we'll have IUL Express. Then we'll have Term Express.
That's called branding, guys. That's marketing and branding, where you just take it.
Yeah. So it's all that's coming. They're going to be marketed directly to you guys. I mean, of the pilot program, we have our initial pilot program. It's 10 people. They're all FFL, right? And then our second pilot program is 200 people. I'm getting it. It's going to be flooded. I bet it'll be 150 of them from FFL. And we cover all channels, right? Like
199, and you let one random guy in, and
one rando.
He goes, "Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong room," and you go, "That's right. Move your contract over here, buddy." Okay. And so down to table 2. Now, people, is it going to be build? How about build charts? Anything? Of course, going to have a build chart.
It'll have extremely similar underwriting to our current IUL. So,
okay.
It'll build chart down to table 2. We'll take some people with some excess weight for sure. Okay. I mean, they can't be on. I just watched The Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix. Like, we're not going to take people on The Biggest Loser, right? That's outside the build chart.
Outside the build chart.
Table 2 is pretty lenient.
Yeah.
That's going to take more than, I haven't seen the underwriting for the other IUL Express policies, the other instant decision ones, but I think we're going to be right there and extremely competitive in this marketplace.
And comp is always an important question.
Yep. Comp's going to be very similar to our current product. I believe it may even be 5 points higher.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
And then you're going to run a contest for that too? Can we get a contest for that too?
We'll have a contest on that one too.
Okay.
I don't know the details yet.
I love it. Awesome. Well, what else? What else you got for us?
We have the term coming out, but we also, a lot of people don't know, we do massive term policies. And we were talking about this last night. You got a guy who's killing it with us on our traditional term policies right now. If you have somebody who needs, that million, 1.5, 2, even, my biggest policy I got last year was, or 2 years ago, was $50 million.
Nice.
Some billionaire in Arkansas, $333,000 annual premium, something like that. So we take these monster term policies too, and housing prices are still high. These people in their 30s and 40s who are having these families and buying these houses, they need a big term policy, right? They need coverage for their household. And we are the company to go to for that. And we'll go up to 45 years old and $2 million non-medical.
Wow.
I got a policy for myself when I was 38 years old for 1.5 million. Nobody had to come to my house. Nobody had to poke me and take blood or measure me or anything like that. I just said what my height, weight was, and my, I'm pretty healthy. And they just said, you're good to go. Approved, preferred plus.
Is this all accessible from secure.transamerica, or is this still?
Those are on IGO though.
IGO, okay.
The big term policies are on IGO. They're a little bit more complicated. If you need assistance, give me a holler. I'd love to help.
Awesome. And that's a testament to the quality of your company, that someone who wants a $50 million policy willing to pay $330,000 a year pick trans. So guys, we're dealing with one of the staples in the industry, and thank you for joining us. But any final updates you got for us at trans, or anything for the far distant future on a non-recorded call?
Well, fun fact, right? Transamerica invented final expense, right? What Monumental Life did, we bought them. So we invented that marketplace. In 1997, we also invented IULs. So we're kind of the OG of the industry, right? It used to just be universal life policies. We went out and we said, hey, instead of giving you this dividend, we're gonna buy caps and floors, or we're gonna buy options, create a cap and floor strategy. So we've been doing this a long time. We know what we're doing. And we're back.
I love it.